This is Kina Knisley with Team K Squared at Keller Williams, and this is Real Talk about real estate. And today I have Melissa Huk from San Diego, and we are really good friends. We've been friends for years. So thank you so much, Melissa, for joining us today. How are you?
Sinto muito, me perdoe, eu te amo, sou grato.
I'm doing really good, Kina. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, how are things in San Diego? How is your market going?
Oh, it's going. We're seeing a lot of changes in our area, price points, things that are shifting. Houses are staying on the market a little bit longer. We're starting to see that the buyers are starting to take a little bit of the market share in our area, as I also understand it being, across the nation, actually, where, I think we're starting to shift to a buyer's market.
We are too. Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
they do. They deserve it. They deserve a little bit of a market. They took a beating there for a couple of years.
I totally agree with you. I really do. I totally agree with you.
So how is what is your average price point in San Diego?
So as of mid 2025, the average home value in San Diego County was approximately 961,000, reflecting basically a modest, I would say 0.9% increase over the past year. The median sold price here stands at about 878,000, which is up 2.7% from the previous year. With that median price per square footage, roughly about $565 per square foot.
Yeah, that's about what we're seeing here too.
Yeah.
So who's moving to San Diego? I mean, who's coming?
I'll tell you what's happening here is that we're seeing a lot of second homes, people who want to get out of things like Arizona or Texas or Florida, due to the weather during certain parts of the year. So because our weather is typically so beautiful year round, with very little rain. I mean, when we get it, we get it. But for the most part, they come here. People who are downsizing, second homes, college students, we're starting to see a huge increase in university students that are renting, buying, and coming to San Diego, just because the weather and the excitement here is great.
So now what about condos? Do you guys have a big condo market in San Diego?
We do. We definitely do. But we do have a lot of, strict regulations coming from, operating Airbnbs and things like that. They're imposing some pretty heavy fines for things like that. So they're pretty much trying to crack down on that. We basic licenses are categorized here into tiers, with tier 4 being, quote, Mission Beach whole home. The applications currently, there's like tier 1, tier 2, and 3 basically remain open, but the minimum of days that each of those tiers have are about 90 days. And typically a lot of condos or townhouse associations, a lot of the ones that are like grandfathered in along the beach side, they like face the beach, Ocean Beach, those homes were, purchased way back years and years and years and years ago. So they actually don't fall underneath this same guideline because they're already kind of grandfathered in to that. So, but we do have a lot of very reasonable priced condominiums and townhomes. We are supposed to actually provide reasonable housing in every neighborhood. So we're starting to see more and more of that. Yeah, affordable. What's affordable, to some may be, out of reach for others. But a lot of people have this misconception that California is so expensive. Yes and no. There are plenty of areas in San Diego County where you can actually get a pretty decent house for under $7 about under 800,000. In some of the upcoming areas, there's just a lot to choose from. So if you find the right agent that knows the San Diego market like I do, I'm a native here, you really shouldn't have any problems navigating to
Right.
try to find the right home in the right area.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot of with our condos and our townhomes, a lot of HOA increases due to master plan insurance policies. So are you guys getting hit with those increases in the
Yes, everything. I mean, we're seeing an increase, Kina, in absolutely everything. Not only the HOA, Melloruses are being reassessed. And so where some of them are, we're close to getting paid off, they've added on those, additional assessments. We, in fact, had an HOA. I own 5 rental properties here in San Diego and Riverside. And we went from originally 295 and now we're up to, I think it was 675 now, and we were 495 a year and a half ago, and now we're up to 675. So we are definitely getting hit with some pretty, you know yeah, it's because the changes, especially for like our trash pickup, where it used to be free in some parts of the city, are no longer going to be free. So the associations, the HOA associations, have to tack that on, right? They got to pay for it somewhere. So they're adding that into the HOA fees. So lots of changes happening.
So yeah, here too. Now you talked a little bit about the short-term rentals. They are cracking down on those. I think that's every
Mm-hmm.
like. What
Yeah.
if someone wants to purchase a long-term rental? What's the investment market like?
So, so when we talk about like neighborhood investment highlights. I'll give you an example. So Barrio Logan is an emergency cultural hub with basically a median price value of 675,000 and an average rental rate of about 2,750 for a 2-bedroom unit in that area, with an annual appreciation average of about 9.8%, with a cap rate between, I would say, 5.2 and 5.8. Whereas coming in second would be National City, which is an affordable entry point with a median property value of like $620,000, which takes on an average rental rate of $2,450 for a 2-bedroom unit. So that annual appreciation is about an 8.2 cap, with the rates at 5.5 and 6.1. The other one that's coming in pretty hot and heavy with a lot of rental is North Park. That is a very established neighborhood with a median property value of 915, with the average rental rates of 29.50 for a 2-bedroom unit. So, the annual appreciation rates, average for those in North Park, which are a little bit less, but actually on a good side, 7.3 cap rates up to 4.6 and 5.1. So
Yeah, so those are, I mean, better cap rates than we can have here. We see between 2 and 4 here.
yeah.
So yeah, so now you do have a lot of military, so you do a lot of
Oh, yes.
are my love.
Yes.
I do love
Yes.
fires.
Yes. They are definitely, the military families have a very special place in my heart. Their family. I mean, I treat everybody like family, Kina, but because, we are a military family. My late husband retired from NAS North Island. My kids were born in the military. My dad was a Marine. My grandfather was a retired Navy here, actually in San Diego as well. I was an ombudsman for over 8 years. So I really am super connected into the military community. And I always find that when people say they need somebody who specializes and somebody may have sold, there's a different language with military families.
Yeah.
A
And
totally,
for them, they're a
yes,
5 year, right? They're not a
yes,
forever.
yes,
You kind of gotta, they're not looking for their forever home. They're looking for their now home. But
yes,
you got to make sure they have an exit strategy built in also, because they're not
yes.
hold it forever. So yeah.
Yes, and I think they need a lot of hand holding in some cases for, the younger families who, think that maybe they just want to rent versus, purchase. But in all reality, because the VA is a no money down, they don't have to come
Yeah.
in with anything,
That's a great
any
option.
percentages. We really see a downside in our market as far as agents accepting VA offers. In fact, I was working with a client recently, Kina. It's sad to say, a veteran realtor discouraged the seller from taking our offer because she told them that the VA was, complicated and may not appraise, and just
So,
kind of created what we call steering, which
yeah.
is not a good thing to do.
Yeah, so I will tell
It,
you, we're big in VA rep, and my husband is actually going to DC next week to meet with congressmen and representatives, to hopefully get a law passed to make that illegal. That they've got to be presented equally against conventional FHA.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I don't necessarily even know that that's going to make a difference, because people have that raw interpretation of what things used to be, 30 years ago when I first started in real estate, where we had what you call the VA no-no, right? Where the buyer didn't have to come in with any of that, and the seller was actually obligated to have to pay for a lot of those things. It's not like that. It's a different world.
Non-allowables, making copies, I'll pay
To me, I feel like that's discrimination across the
it.
board. It
They're
really
strong
is.
buyers. They're not
Yep.
need a place to live. They're not going to not make their payments. And
Yep.
yeah,
Yes.
so, no.
Yes.
What about what do you do in San Diego for fun?
Oh
You
my God, there's
book.
so many things that we do. There's so many hidden gems here throughout San Diego. And being that I was born and raised here, I'm still discovering an abundance of amazing did you knows. I actually started a series in San Diego called Did You Know? And what I do is I find all of the things in the various areas all across San Diego County, and I post those on Nextdoor. And I have gotten an overwhelming amount of appreciation, because I'm not just throwing out real estate. I'm throwing out facts about people's communities that they
Yeah.
didn't even know about. So it's been pretty incredible with the Did You Know? And I spend a lot of time with my kids. I'm moving my son home. He's finally coming home. My girls are here, my granddaughter's here, my husband and I are here.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we do a lot of things: parks, biking, hiking. We have a nice pool, so we swim a lot, and we do entertaining. We do invite a lot of our clients to our home for gatherings and barbecues and things like that. So, you know what? There's just so much to do
Yeah.
here that you really never run out of
Yeah.
things to do.
I always love it when I go to San Diego. I'm telling you, you have that baseball field. It is the bougiest baseball stadium I've ever been to. They'll bring you drinks at your seat. Like little ones with little paper umbrellas and stuff. I'm
Well,
just here watching the baseball game. I don't even know what's going on in the baseball game because I don't understand baseball. But I do love
yeah.
it. The food choices, and then the waitress comes around and brings you drinks.
Yeah. Well, Rady's Shell, which is the music hub, was where everybody goes to, where they have shows and bring all the concerts into San Diego. And they have where you can actually order your food ahead of time and your drinks, and they bring it to your table so that you can enjoy the show while enjoying dinner. Like date night kind of a thing. And it's a lot of fun. And for those who don't actually have the money to get in, or, they really don't want to spend the money, but they just want to listen, there's plenty of places around the outside for you to bring your blanket and your picnic stuff and sit down with your family and listen to the music without having to go inside. There's just, I'm the person that's to connect with, especially when you want a great deal or you don't want to pay for anything at all.
Yeah. So tell us about the book you wrote.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Melissa's an author.
Kina, it just was released on Amazon. It's on Kindle paperback. We are in 35 countries. We have written it in over 14 languages, and it's actually hit the bestseller. Australia being number 2, California being number 1. We have 22 amazing co-authors in this book. and it talks about the struggles of, of life, where we've come from, where we wanted to go, and where we are today. So they're inspirational life event stories that people really can connect with. And it's just, I'm working on my second one. I'm working on the second book, and working on a few podcasts to really, I want to be a resource, a community resource of information for people.
It's not about business all the time. It's not about the commission. It's about who we can help and connect with. I love the relationships that I've made.
Yes, absolutely. And there's really no place I think I could have ever developed these relationships without being in real estate. We're not for everybody. And sometimes I think we get a bad, like rap or bad name. And I think it's because of those agents that don't take the time to consistently build and create, long-term relationships, because I've learned over the years that this is where you literally find your family. The community is your family. And so I'm really excited. Also, it's going to be coming out next month, but I was nominated for North County's Best, and they had, I think, 54 nominees for the area. And I found out about a month ago that I actually won so I am so excited. And that'll be released next month. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of really great things that are coming. There's a lot of great things coming. And I think a lot of it is really, surrounding yourself with people with greatness.
With great referral partners like you.
Yeah, and like you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Zoom is going to kick us off soon.
Yes.
Version. It was so great to get to talk to you. I can't. Are you going to be at Mega Camp?
Not this year. We're actually going to be in Ireland, of all places. Yeah. So my husband and I are taking a 2.5-week trip to Ireland, and we've made the decision to put traveling back into our life. We're just at that. We're empty nesters, so we're wanting to do that. I've got a great assistant, and she's literally taking over my business. Yes, it is. But, Kina, thank you so much. And if anybody needs, help, we're here to help in any way that we can. I don't know how we can have people locate me, but if anybody is needing a real estate agent,
totally connect you. If you want to buy, sell, or invest in San Diego, just let me know.
Yes. Exactly. You can reach me at 619-823-6137 or send me an email at melissa@melissahuk.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This is Kina Knisley with Real Talk About Real Estate, and I will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.